Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. In today's video, we're going to sum up what we learned in the last two videos. We learned about data bars, which are these funny things that go across like that. Bigger the number, the bigger the bar. We learned about color scales, right? Larger values are green, mid-range values are yellow, low-range values are red, right? We're going to put these two things together and we're going to make colored data bars. So the color will change as well as the length of the data bar. And it's going to be super cool. And you can't easily do this in Excel. So, haha. There's one thing that Access can do better and easier than Excel can. So, okay. Ready? So if you haven't watched those other two videos yet, go watch those first. I'll put links to both of those down below. Go watch those and then come on back. Now, a couple years back, I did a video, 4 years ago. Wow, it doesn't seem like that long. I did a video on progress bars. I'll show you how to make progress bars. And in this video, I showed you three different techniques. I showed you how to use the progress bar control. That's an ActiveX control that comes with Access. I don't personally like ActiveX controls, but this one's not too bad. The problem with ActiveX controls is distributing them. If you have a database you're giving to other users, you got to make sure everyone's got the same control. It's got to be installed in the same place. Everyone's got to have the same versions. It's just a pain. So I like doing as much as I possibly can inside Access with Access native controls. So I showed you two other methods. This method here I showed you by just putting together a string of X's, okay, with a percentage after it. And then in the extended cut, I showed you this cool 3D bar where we actually use a rectangle, okay, and then we can change the width of the rectangles. Well, you can't do this with a continuous form, okay, because once you change the properties of an object on a continuous form, you change all of them. So if you change a rectangle's width, you change all of the rectangles, okay? So what we're going to do today is going to be a little closer to this one down here by putting in a string of characters, and I'll explain as we do it. Okay, so here I am back in yesterday's database, and I am going to come in here, and we're going to get rid of this stuff because this is very easy to do, once again, if you've got a static set of data. So if you're going from 1 to 100, for example. To do it with a variable range of data is going to be a lot more complicated, and I am going to cover that in the extended cut for the members, but for now, we're just going to do it from 1 to 100. Now, even when I do it in the extended cut, we're not going to use these form fields here. We have to do something a lot more complex. So let's get rid of that stuff there. And back in here, let's go back into the conditional formatting, and we're going to set this back to where it was before. So if it's greater than, let's say 67, this one here is going to be greater than 33. And this one here will be greater than or equal to 0 or 1 or whatever you want it to be. Okay. Just to keep it simple. Take a peek, make sure it's still working. Okay, good. And we'll put you back to 100. Now, our data bar is going to be done in a query. So let's go over here and we're going to make a query, create query design. Let's bring in our customer table. And I just want the fields that are going to be in the form. So customer ID, let's do first name, last name, and completed. That's all I care about. Now, in the query, we're going to build a bar that's going to use the block character, the ASCII character. Right? All the characters on the keyboard and some have an ASCII code associated with them, right? Capital A is 65, period is 46, and so on. We're going to look for the 219 character. It's a solid block. We put a bunch of those together and it looks like a bar, right? And I can put them together with something called the string function. Okay? So let's say that S is going to be, we'll just make up some new field called S. Let me zoom in for you. S is going to be a string of characters. How many? Let's say completed, right? However many are completed. So 100 across, 10 across, whatever. And what are we going to put in there? Well, in here, we're going to put that character, but we're not going to put an X. We're going to put ASCII 219. How do you do that? Hold down the Alt key on your keyboard, ALT, the Alt key, and on your numeric keypad, type in 219 and then let go of the Alt key, and you get that thing. So hold down the Alt key, press 219 on the numeric keypad, and then let them go. And that guy should pop in there. And then you can get rid of the X. All right, that is the ASCII extended character code for a solid block. Okay? Now, save it. Let's call this the customer list. Customer list queue. Okay, let's take a peek at it. What we got? Let's run the query. And okay, there we go. There's a big long list of them. Okay, that's a lot of blocks. Let's see that. Okay, that one goes out to 50. Let's cut this down a little bit. Let's divide this result here. Let's divide it by 10. All right, so let's say every 10 blocks. In fact, let's make a smaller value here. Let's say C over here. Let's say C is going to be completed by 10, and let's get the int of that. Right? So if it's 99, it'll be a 99 divided by 10 will be 9.9, and then into that will just give us a 9. And then we'll use C as our value. So we're just basically making it smaller. All right, let's put this over here. And then instead of completed, we'll just make C in there. All right, now let's run it. Oh, I spelled competed. See, 9 times out of 10, folks, if you see enter parameter value and you're not expecting to, you spelled something wrong. I'm telling you, it happens all the time. Completed. There we go. And oh, that looks much better. All right, now let's go a little bit more, a little bit bigger. Let's go 5 instead of dividing it by 10. Let's divide it by 5. Make the bars a little bit bigger. Okay, perfect. There we go. Now, we don't want to see errors down here, right? So we can use NZ, null to 0, to get rid of those. Let's do that in here. Let's NZ completed. So if completed is null, this will take it and make it a 0. That's what the NZ function does. I got a video on that too if you don't know what that one is. And there we go. Perfect. Okay. All right. Now, we've got our completed value that's already in the form. Now we just got to add this guy to the form. All right. So let's come back out here. Save changes. Yes. Go into your customer list. Design this. Let's make this bigger now. All right. We're going to add in that field. So form design. Add existing fields. We got to change our record source first. Don't forget that. Change our record source. So data. We're now working with customer list queue. And now it should show up on my add existing fields. And there it is. There's C and S. We just need S. All right. Make this big enough so it fits. So probably about, I'm guessing, yay big. And I'm just going to select everybody. Right click, size to grid. Make sure everyone fits. All right, good. Save it, close it, open it. All right, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. There's your bar. There's your colors scale. Now we just got to apply these colors using conditional formatting to this thing. But we can't use the field value is. We have to use an expression because it's a different field. All right, I got a whole separate video on this one. This is using conditional formatting, but basing it on a different field. So here, design view, right? This guy, let's take a look at this guy one more time. All right, this is the value of completed is 67 or higher than 67, higher than 33 or greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so now we're gonna do the same thing with this, but we wanna change the foreground color, the color of the bar itself. Conditional formatting. New rule. Expression is. All right. This is going to be completed. Completed, spell it right. Is greater than 67. Make the foreground color green. And hopefully you get the same color green you had before. Right? New rule. Expression is completed. Completed is greater than 33. And this was yellow. Right? And then finally, new rule, expression, completed is greater than or equal to 0. And this was red. Okay. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. I just caught myself. This guy. Red. This one back to automatic. Hit OK. Apply. OK. Save it. We can bring this up here. Close it. Open it. Boom. And we got a little teeny tiny red there. Let's make this 45. And let's make it 32. There we go. And of course, all right. So what happened there is I tabbed into it, and we want to make it so you don't tab into this first of all. So let's right click, design view. Let's open this guy up. Let's lock it So the user can't change the value there. And while I'm in here, let's get rid of the padding. Where's padding? Here's padding down here, so there's no room around it. Let's set these all to 0. That's the room around the data inside the field. And let's make it so that this is not a tab stop. So I was in the right spot in the first place. Double click. Other. Tab stop is no. All right. Now, that's looking better. All right, let's change you to a 42. Looks good. How about a 25? Oh, yeah. If you don't want to see the white background, just go in here and take this and format and do the shape fill is transparent. And it'll look like that. And then when the data bar comes in, that's what you see. And you can even turn these outlines off. I kind of like the outlines, though. And you can play with this and get the borders just right and make it look perfect. But that's good enough for now, right? That looks pretty cool. Huh? All right, again, this works if you're going from 1 to 100, but what if your scale isn't 1 to 100? It's a lot more complicated. We got to do some changes in the query and some extra calculations and blah, 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 all that cool stuff. But we're going to do it in the extended cut for the members. Silver members and up get access to all of my extended cut videos. There's lots and lots of them. There's hundreds of them, so it's well worth your $5.99 a month. You can watch tons of stuff. But there you go. There is your tech help video for today. I hope you enjoyed this little mini series that I did with data bars, color scales, and colored data bars. And I hope you learned something. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and post any comments you may have below. I do try to read and answer all of them as soon as I can. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. Click the bell icon and select all to receive notifications when new videos are posted. Want to learn more? Click the Show More link below the video to find additional resources and links. YouTube does a pretty good job of hiding it. It's right down there. See this part of the description here, right? The name, the video's up here. There's a little Show More down there, right down the bottom. It's kind of hard to find. But once you click on that, you'll see a list of other videos, additional information related to the current topic, free lessons, and lots more. And YouTube no longer sends out email notifications when new videos are posted like they used to do. But if you'd like to get an email every time I post a new video, click on the link to join my mailing list. And you can pick how frequently to get emails from me, either as they happen, daily, weekly, or monthly. Now, if you'd like to become a paid member of my channel and receive all kinds of awesome perks, click on the Join button. You'll see a list of all the different membership levels that are available, each with its own special perks, including my extended cut videos, access to my code vault, lots of VBA source code in there, template downloads, and lots more. I'll talk more about these perks at the end of the video. Even if you don't want to commit to becoming a paid member and you'd like to help support my work, please feel free to click on the tip jar link. Your patronage is greatly appreciated and will help keep these free videos coming. I got some puppies to feed. But don't worry, no matter what, these free tech help videos are going to keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making more, and they'll always be free. Now, if you really want to learn Access and you haven't tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access, including building forms, queries, reports, and more. It's over 4 hours long. You can find it on my website or on my YouTube channel. I'll put a link down below you can click on. And did I mention it's completely free? The whole thing, free, 4 hours. Go watch it. And okay, a lot of you have told me that you don't have time to sit through a 4-hour course. So I do now have a quicker Microsoft Access for Beginners video that covers all the basics faster in about 30 minutes. And no, I didn't just put the video on fast forward. But I'll put a link to this down below as well. Now, if you like level 1, level 2 is just $1. That's it, $1. And that's another whole 90-minute course. Level 2 is also free for paid members of any level, including supporters. So if you're a member, go watch level 2. It's free. Okay, want to get your question answered in a video just like this one? Visit my Tech Help page and send me your question there. Members get priority, of course. While I do try to read and respond to all of the comments posted below in the comments section, I only have time to go through them briefly a couple of times a month, and sometimes I get thousands of them. So send me your question here on the Tech Help page, and you'll have a better chance of getting it answered. And while you're on my website, be sure to stop by my Access forum. We've got lots of lively conversations about Microsoft Access and other topics. I have a fantastic group of moderators who help me answer questions. Shout out to Alex, Kevin, Scott, Adam, John, Dan, Juan, and everybody else who helps out on the site. I appreciate everything you do. I couldn't do it without you. Be sure to follow my blog, find me on Twitter, and of course on YouTube. Yeah, I'm on Facebook too, but I don't like Facebook. Don't get me started. Now, let's talk more about those member perks if you do decide to join as a paid member. There are different levels: silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. Silver members and up get access to all of my extended cut Tech Help videos, one free beginner class every month, and some other perks. Gold members get all the previous perks, plus access to download the sample databases that I build in my Tech Help videos, plus access to my code vault where I keep tons of different functions that I use, the code that I build in most of the videos. You'll also get higher priority if you do submit any Tech Help questions. Now, answers are never guaranteed, but you do go higher in the list for me to read them. And if I like your question, you got a good chance of it being answered. You'll also get one free expert level class each month after you've finished the beginner series. Platinum members get all the previous perks plus even higher priority for Tech Help questions. You get access to all of my full beginner level courses for every subject. And I cover lots of different subjects like Word, Excel, VBA, ASP, lots of different stuff, not just Access. These are the full-length courses found on my website. You get all the beginner ones. In addition, once you finish the expert classes, you get one free developer class per month. So lots of training. And finally, you can also become a Diamond sponsor. You'll have your name or your company name listed on a sponsors page that will be shown on each video as long as you're a sponsor. You'll get a shout out in the video and a link to your website or product in the text below the video and on my website. So that's it. Once again, my name is Richard Rost. Thank you for watching this video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something today. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you again soon.